Cardi.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, fine. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
I gotta ask, given Bernie's recent health situation, is he still your candidate?
I don't feel like just because he has a heart attack is a problem. Like, I get asthma, I have asthma, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if I get an asthma attack, what, my career's over? Can't perform no more? I don't like that. He wants free health insurance, and he wants free education. And let me tell you something. I have a cousin, right? I have a cousin, and she has a degree, and she was telling me one time how she was so miserable because her credit can't get up, so she can't really get the apartments that she wants, and her credit is down because she owes for
Student loans.
her student loans. So it's just like, how does that encourage people to want to go to school? That don't make me want to go to school. I don't want to be in debt. So how you gonna make America be great if we gotta pay to be educated?
What do you think your daughter's story is gonna be? And what is the story? Who do you want her to look up to now?
I always say this, I will always keep my daughter humble. You know, she still be going to the Bronx, she still be going to Washington Heights, she be going to my grandmother's house, and I'ma always like tell her too, like it's like, listen, don't be bragging about the things you have, don't be bragging about, I live in a mansion, I get every dough I want, because some of your friends, some of your cousins, some of your family members, they don't have that.
Are you gonna show her hustlers one day?
I am going to talk to my daughter about everything that I did in my life because it's just not a secret. But I also want it to be like a lesson. Like, for example, right? I have a little sister. And my little sister, she saw me coming from work at 4 o'clock in the morning with my stripper heels in my bag and me counting on my singles. But she's seen certain times that I cried. Because sometimes I cry because I felt disrespected. Because guys sometimes be drunk and they want to smack the shit out of your ass. They want to aggressively grab on your titties. They will make you feel like you're just like a piece of shit, like not worthy. Like, you know, sometimes the money is so glamorous, but sometimes you feel so, like the values that you have as a woman, sometimes it goes just a little down, and sometimes your self-esteem goes a little down. Like, you know, you dancing, you feel like your body's perfect, you feel like your perfect, but then a guy he don't want to buy a dance from you, but he buys a dance from another woman, and you just feel like, am I not pretty enough? And I just have to go through a lot of things, and I would tell my daughter, like, it's like, listen, I bust my ass for you, and I'm gonna give you this choice. The choice is you could go to school, you could open a business, I will fund it, I'll get you an apartment, I'll get you a car, but if you wanna live your life independently and do what you want, then you go out there in the streets and you tell me if it's as easy as you think it is.
When did you think it turned for you and you started to see yourself as a boss?
It's different levels of like feeling like a boss. Because even when I was a dancer and I was making my own schedule, I felt sometimes like a boss. Like I don't gotta listen to nobody. But then again, I did have to listen to the owners sometimes. Like I did feel like it's like they were watching me and I couldn't act the way I wanted to act sometimes. So it's like that didn't make me feel so bossy. I felt like I was a boss when I was like really in control of everything that I do. Like when it comes to my wardrobe, when it comes to when I want to release music, how I want to release music. That's how I felt like I'm a boss. And then on top of that, paying bills made me feel like a damn boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay the rent here, so I do what I want.
Shifting things a bit, you were just quite the boss in Paris, and we were so delighted to see you in fashion at Chanel, at Tom Brown. This is Vogue. We get to talk about fashion. How was that for you? How was Paris?
I don't know, like it's like another level to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked so hard to come like to these levels, to be able to get on these shows. Because let me tell you something. when it comes to fashion, the industry, they don't care if you got #1 hits, all the awards. If you just ain't styling right, they just ain't gonna invite you to their shows. They just don't care. Like it's like you gotta be into it. You gotta dress properly, not properly, but you just have to have that sense of style. I feel like it took years for me to prove it, and it's like I'm finally am where I want to be. It's just like, I don't know, have anybody seen that Hilary Duff movie? It's like a song. It's like a song that every single time that I go to an event that I always wanted to go to, I always play it in my head. It goes like, hey now, this is what dreams are made of. And that's how I feel every single time that I get invited to these fashion events, because we work our ass off.
Is this when you've been working with Colin, the stylist who we love? When
Yeah.
did that relationship start, and exactly how does it work? How do you start planning one of your looks?
Well, it started when I did this photo shoot, like a magazine cover for Fader. And I met him, and I was a little hard on him because, I have a certain type of body, you know what I'm saying? I'm skinny, but I got big boobs and a big butt. So certain things just make my body looks a little weird and everything, but I liked how he was just so determined. I like how he had a solution for everything, and we just started working with each other ever since.
You're talking about how you're bringing yourself into fashion in this way, but fashion is coming to you. I mean, you are now, you are at the center of fashion now. So how much is that, when you work with Colin, do you think, no, this is not a fashion moment, it's a Cardi B moment, and fashion has got to wake up to this?
Every outfit to me is such a risk, and so it's like sometimes something that I would consider fashion, maybe the people won't consider fashion, but it's like at the end of the day, I gotta put on what I like. So it's like, I don't know, maybe people wouldn't consider it fashion.
What's the first thing you bought when in your mind, you thought you had money?
I bought a Gucci rain jacket that cost me $6,000.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Do you keep all your looks?
I keep all my looks. Sometimes I gotta give some back because it's a pool. You know what I'm saying? But I have a really large closet that is like, ooh, I hope my daughter is my size when I grow up.
And can I ask how fashion works in your house? Like, do you and your husband, do you coordinate your looks for red carpets?
Because he's like really, his style is real hype beast.
It's very hype beast. It's good though.
Yeah.
It's good hype beast. Excellent hype beast.
It's good hype beast.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes we disagree on certain things.
Does he edit you or do you edit him?
Oh no, we be going at each other because sometimes it's like who dressed better. I dress better. No, I dress better. I'm hip, but baby, look at the material. I mean, look at the material. You'll be the judge. So it be getting a little intense, but when our outfit is really good, we give each other so much compliments. It's like we are like our biggest fans to each other.
Your daughter has a better wardrobe than many of us at Vogue. How is that working? Do you pick her outfits? How does it go?
It's been my new hobby lately, and it's becoming like almost like when I shop, because when I usually shop, I usually put the outfits on my bed and I just spread them and I'd be like, this would look good with this type of coat. And now I'm not even doing that as much. I'm doing it more with her stuff. And I'm just waiting for these fur coats to come in and everything. Oh, I'm going to be styling. It's so fun. It's like dressing a doll all over again.
Tell us about Fashion Nova. How does that work? How do you work with them? And, were you wearing Fashion Nova before you started the collaboration? And
yeah, I've been wearing Fashion Nova for a long time. I like Fashion Nova a lot because it just fits my body perfectly. For my first collection, it was very difficult because we started designing and looking through things, and I was 7 months pregnant, and I was restricted from traveling, so I had to see a lot of clothes through FaceTime. So I couldn't feel the material. I couldn't see how it translated in person. And that was very, very difficult for me. But it did really, really good. But even if it did really good, for my second piece, I feel like I listened to a lot of people online. They wanted to be more revealing, more sexy. You know, Fashion Nova do a lot of sexy, whole lot of ass, whole lot of boobs showing. So I was like, all right, let me do that, but in my way. And it was pretty cool. And it was a lot of moments that is like, you know, it's crazy. Like when we was having the collection party, it just seemed like everybody was so happy and everything. And even though we were happy, it was like a lot of times that I was like really frustrated because, you know, we got to work on a certain type of budget, so the clothes could be sold at a certain type of price. And then some of the material I hated. And then it's like when you see the sketching, it looks amazing. And when it comes back, it's like, who the hell picked this? And it's like, you picked it. And it's like, oh, why?
I've arrived in the beautiful Baroque town of Noto to go meet pastry master Corrado Asenza and hopefully taste some of his delicious creations.
Try Bianco Mangiare.
Yeah, I have to. It's exquisite.
I hate it. Do it again. And that was such a challenge. But
you're getting a whole lesson in how to work in fast fashion and how to move in that type of production, right? So you're learning it. You're learning which fabrics can work and not work.
Yes,
It
was definitely a lesson.
Does it make you think, you know, as Rihanna's done, I want my own line. I'm gonna move it forward. I mean, because she's, you know, just launched as well with LVMH.
If I ever do that, it will have to be on a certain point of my music career that I don't still have to like have to still prove myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Rihanna is in the point of her career that she don't gotta release music. She already proved herself. She's already there. She already put her time in as well.